Boxing fans, it's Aztec 101 in the ring. And I'm sitting here trying to make sense with what's going on with Crawford and the whole talk about him, Undisputed, unifying belts with Ndongo, the IBF. I'm trying to make sense of what's going on with boxing fans, because a lot of you guys might not agree with me, but I'm gonna give it to you straight up. I am not excited about Terence Crawford fighting Ndongo. Period. I'm not. I don't give a fuck how many belts he has. I am not excited for that fight. That is not a name I'm curious to see Terence Crawford against. I think that's an easy fight at this moment. I think he'll easily win that fight and take the belts. I don't give a fuck how many belts he has. He'll take them all. He'll take his belt, his shoes, his hat, his shirt. He'll take all of that shit. I do not understand where boxing fans' heads are. Terence Crawford becoming undisputed is not the end-all, be-all of his career. It is not even that significant. To me, in my opinion, it's not. Especially if boxing fans are expecting him to move up or drop the belts as soon as he gets them. I don't hear anybody talking about how much they are looking forward to seeing him defend his undisputed title against the rest of the junior welterweight division. They don't say any of that because no one is excited about the division to begin with. There are no other names. As soon as he picks up Ndongo, then what? If it's about unifying belts, then the belts should stay together. And he should keep the belts until he loses it to someone. Right? No, that's not what's going to happen. He's going to move up in weight. And he's going to let the belts just scatter across the junior welterweight, super lightweight division. And we'll have other fighters, you know, just pretty much fight for these titles. And we'll be back to the same bullshit we're at now. So, to me, in my opinion, fuck the belts. I do not give a fuck about the belts. If Crawford goes for undisputed, good. If he beats Ndongo, I don't care. I find him undisputed anyways. I still think he's the guy to beat in his division. Crawford's the guy to beat in his division. I don't give a fuck if Ndongo has 2-3 belts. Crawford's the guy to beat in his division. Ndongo is lucky. Lucky. He was the cherry pick to win the IBF title. And he won it. He won it, and he went and unified and got the WBA. Great. You should be able to handle a title defense, no? I'm sure you can handle a title defense. I don't understand what people are thinking. I mean, if being undisputed really meant something, then there should be no problem with Ndongo fighting Lipinets, getting the mandatory out of the way, winning, and then fighting Terence Crawford. There should be absolutely no problem with that happening. Zero problems. Go fight Lipinets, and then handle Crawford. But see, for some reason, it has to be right away. And I know why it has to be right away. I know exactly why. Because if the champion, the IBF champion, turns out to be a competitive champion, then this is a harder obstacle for Terence Crawford. And as of right now, I think that this is the easiest route to undisputed at 140. There could be a good chance that Mikey Garcia, what if he was the IBF champion? Then I would be saying, hey, if he's the IBF champion, the WBA champion, I would want to see the fight. It's a better name. There's other names I would rather see Crawford against. To be honest, I really do not give a fuck about him being undisputed, defending his belts as undisputed. I don't care. I would rather see him fight Danny Garcia, Lamont Peterson, Timothy Bradley, Manny Pacquiao, Keith Thurman, Errol Spence. I would rather him fight these guys, to be honest. Lucas Matisse. There's so many names. There's a whole career. There's a whole career. But you want to be undisputed in a shitty... you want your fighter... I don't even think this is what Terence Crawford wants. To be honest, I think Terence Crawford probably would want to move up. But his fans are going to hold him back and say, no, wait for the whole Ndongo and Lipinets thing and become undisputed. Some of the most backwards way of thinking from boxing fans, because to be honest, if my memory serves correctly, I don't think any other fighter gets treated that way. For the most part, if a fighter becomes too dominant in his division, they're always asked to move up, especially when the bigger names are there. In this situation with Crawford, I can't imagine why fans would not see that he's just too good for his division and he should move up. They want him to fight other fights that... These are fights I'd consider tune-up fights. If he fought Ndongo any other day that didn't have a championship belt, that would be considered a tune-up fight. In my opinion. This, to me, I can't wrap my head around boxing fans seriously thinking this is a better route for your entertainment. Ndongo? Why? That's some fanboy shit. Just so you can say there's an undisputed, and then you'll be absolutely fine with him dropping the belts and him moving on to another division. So it ends up being the same shit that happened before. The belts get spread around, and you don't have an undisputed champ. So you're back at square one. And even if you do have an undisputed champ, are you going to expect Crawford to go after all 4 #1 contenders? Get the fuck out of here. That's not what's going to happen. And that's a waste of time. Because I'm not excited about the division for me to be excited for him to do that. At welterweight, if welterweight did that, I'd be excited. If there's an undisputed champ at welterweight and they have 4 #1 contenders, that's a stacked division. I'm okay with it. His division's weak. And he can fight at welterweight. The fans are holding him back with all this undisputed bullshit talk. Names are more important than belts, period. This is Aztec 101 in the ring, and I'm out.